Hello everybody, aren't you lucky? Another video. It's like nothing and then all at once. So this is Chloe. She's having her prom tomorrow, so these are her prom nails. I have used the Glitterplanet Stiletto tips this time to give that really nice C curve and just cut them down and shaped them to more like a tapered square. We've changed the design. So this design was completely inspired by Sonia Williams. Chloe happened to see a video I was watching and she was like, I need those nails. So that's what we're doing. Slight little changes, but really just completely inspired by that. So I will put that in the description box below. I'm going in laying a thin layer of glass slippers from Glitterbels. I did put my monomer in the fridge. However, by the time I was on the second hand, it was warming up again already. So it was quite fast setting, and application was not easy. It was about 30 degrees today, so it was not easy, but we did it. As you can see, I've got the wonderful polystyrene ledge that her hand is resting on. My salon still isn't built, still not finished. Electrics went in this week, so we're getting there. Okay, so first I'm going to do the two nails that have smile lines. So I'm going in with Pink Opal Shimmer from Glitterbels, and I'm laying that bead down in the reverse method and then blending it back up towards the cuticle, just to create that seamless line so there's no shadowing. Making sure I wet the nail a little bit so that as I push that bead down it adheres, because it's setting so fast, really, really fast. And I work really, really slow. It's been so long since I've done a smile line on anybody, like so long. I found it really hard, so I need to get my practice tips out and do some practicing because it's been a while. So I'm putting in my second bead now, and that is pushed gently up to the cuticle, and I'm going to use that to create my apex and strength. Because this has a nice shimmer to it, it doesn't look too plasticky, and you know, it's a lovely soft pinky colour. It really goes well with her skin tone. It matches the best out of all the cover pinks that I've got. Now you may notice Chloe has grown her nails a little bit, and her cuticles were not too bad this time because we only did her nails 2 weeks ago. But she has a lot of dry skin around her fingers and cuticle area. She does work in a busy hairdressing salon at the weekend, so I suspect that's why. If you're admiring my England nails, then I'll put that in the description box below as well, on how I did those. Basically colour blocking with glitter and some glitter fades. So onto the thumb. This is going to be our other smile line. So this is going to be a French nail, and the pinky is actually going to have a glitter tip. And it just so happened that I had a glitter that was very similar to the one Sonia Williams was using, so that was handy as well. So as you can see, you know, I'm not making huge movements with my brush. It's just about placing the product down, controlling the product, and then gently moving it to where you want it to go. And if you've got your ratio right, there's my hair, so I cut that bit out, sorry. It's delicious. Then it's not too hard. But again, it was setting very quickly. So I'm just placing little bits if I see anywhere that I'm not happy with. I'm just tidying up that cuticle line now with a small bead. And I'm constantly checking the nail as well. So now this nail is going to be all white. I'm using the Trilogy white. if you are looking to try Trilogy or you already use Trilogy, I do have a 10% discount code, which I'll put in the description box below. I really like working with Trilogy. I like a lot of brands. I really like the Trilogy's white. It is, I find it slightly quicker setting than Glitterbels acrylic. So I have to remember, because I tend to work quite slow. But nevertheless, it was very easy to work with even in the heat. It did set fast, but it wasn't tricky. I just find working with slightly smaller beads works better for me in this weather. So if you're having trouble, then maybe try that. Unless you're pinching, because obviously if you're pinching, then you really need it all to set at the same time. I think that's why I was happier about using tips this time, actually, because it was just so warm that everything was setting really quickly, and if I was pinching, I wouldn't have been able to get a really nice C curve in, I don't think. Not at the speed I currently work. So again, I'm not making huge movements with my brush, just tiny little adjustments. And those are the little adjustments that really make the difference when you come to filing. It really saves your workload. And I'm constantly looking at the nail from all angles. Now, you'll see the glitter on that white nail. I do actually remove this and file the nail down a little bit, because I felt that where the white had set quite quickly, it was a bit bulky for my liking, because it still needed to be capped. So rather than just chance it, I thought, no. When I filed in the smile lines, I also filed down that nail and then added the glitter. This is just a full nail of pink opal shimmer. So what I was going to say is, currently, I only do my mum and my daughter's nails, and I do them from my living room, and I sit on my sofa and use my 6-year-old's little writing desk. So as you can imagine, also have an arthritis. It's really painful. And I tend to sit at a diagonal to my client, which is why I think it's difficult, and I just can't wait to have my desk and be sat facing my client comfortably, where I have the perfect view of their nails, because this is incredibly difficult. It's like everything's against you, and it's really hard to work like that, but I don't want to just not do them, because I love it so much, so I do it this way. So as you can see, I was working quite wet, so it was a bit sticky, but I'm working very wet to compensate for the heat. As that sets, I'm just keep tapping it into place, keep playing with it. I'm not really going back in only to clean my brush. I'm not adding any more liquid. I'll go in, clean my brush, and then come back and start tapping it again and just refining it. I just want to add another bead there for the apex area and just tidy up that cuticle a little bit. So I'm very excited about being able to sit properly at a desk and just work and not have all these other factors to bring in and, you know, twist and turn and be uncomfortable. She kept looking at them. You know that client that always bends their fingers back up every time you take your hand away? They're like, ooh, she kept doing that. So this is the baby boomer nail. So we're going in with white at the very tip of the nail, pushing it round into place, and then feathering it back up towards the cuticle. Incredibly easy to work with. Even though it was fast setting today, it was still beautiful to work with. It's really creamy. The Trilogy's powders are, all of them are really, really creamy, really nice to work with. And this white is actually still from the tester kit I bought a while back. So their trial kit is very good value for money. very good value for money. I'll try and put a link in the description box for you so you can check it out. I think they've just released a lot more colours as well. So I added another bead there. I'm going to go in now with pink Opal Shimmer from Glitterbels. Press it down, slightly push it towards the cuticle. My cat is meowing at me. And then feather it down towards the free edge. Shush, 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 shush. Got a really noisy cat. And I'm going to go with another bead, slightly closer towards the cuticle, and feather it down. And as I was checking from all angles, I became aware that there were certain areas that were missing a little bit of product. So I go in and rectify that straight away. And I think a lot of that is down to the view I have, which is not ideal. So hopefully it will be a lot easier. I won't know myself, will I? I'll be like, well, hey. I'm looking at getting the Acrylic straws from IKEA. Do any of you have them? And I'm looking at different nail desks. I really want a good one. I've got quite a lot of space. It's a large space. So if any of you have any things you've bought or found that you really like, hit me up, let me know. Ah, my cat just stood on the computer. What are you doing? Okay, so I filed in everything. My phone kept cutting out again because I ran out of storage space. It was a nightmare. So I filed in the smile line, and now I'm going in with this glitter that I got. I don't know where it's from. I won it in a competition from April Ryan, and I just got sent a box of random stuff from all different companies. Some of it was labelled, some of it wasn't. And this was just one of a selection of glitters that I think were like, they had Chinese writing on them, so I couldn't read what it was. It was just like a multi-pack of glitters, but they're really nice. And this is a silver with matte white pieces in it as well. So I laid it down with a wet bead, pushed it into place gently, and then I'll let that set and move on to the next nail. Okay, so onto the white nail. So as you can see, I filed it down a little bit till I was happy with the thickness of the nail, because I felt that the apex was just too large where it had set quite quickly. And I'm a lot happy with it now. So I'm adding that glitter on with a wet bead and just patting it into place, and then I'll add some raw glitter straight on there with my brush. Keep patting it down nice and flat. I don't know if you can hear that banging. That's my 6-year-old legging it up and down the stairs. So I'm just nudging the glitter into place really to make it look like a nice fade, because sometimes inadvertently it becomes symmetrical and it's crazy because you really don't want that. Okay, onto the thumb. Now I did go out of shot quite a lot on this. I really apologise. It was again at an awkward angle, so I can't see what I'm filming. I have to just point my phone in the direction and hope for the best. And I didn't realise that I was out of shot because I wasn't able to see. I'm going to experiment with getting a camera, like an arm attachment, see if that helps. But basically, I'm bleeding the back of the bead before I place it on and getting it right up, if not over, that line, because we can file it in. I think I used a slightly wetter bead just here and regretted it because it made a mess. Yeah, it just went and I was like, why do I do these things? You know, when you're chatting away and you make silly mistakes. It was so lovely doing her nails. We laughed so much the whole way through, just jokes and laughter. It was really, really nice. And it'll be great to see her tomorrow in her prom dress. Super excited. So obviously now it looks a mess. She was looking at it like, Mum, what are you doing? Mum, are you mad? So again, it was set in super fast. I'm like, oh my God, I've got to really press that in there. We got there in the end. Okay, so now I'm going to go and cap a couple of these nails before I do any filings. I don't want any dust on my glitter. My lovely polystyrene light bulb holder. Yes. So I'm just capping in clear. Obviously I know the nail's bulky, it's going to be filed in. But as long as I get all that glitter capped and everything's nice, that's all that matters for now. Just pushing it in down the sides. And then gliding it to the free edge. Easy peasy. Do you remember that school? Easy peasy. Now the dog's having a drink. I'm in the kitchen. I picked the noisiest room in the house. Okay, so I just went in with another wet bead over the top just to check there was nothing that I'd missed. And I'm just going to pat it about a little bit until it really sets and then move on. I'm going to cap this glitter now. I don't need to really cap the free edge too much. That's where my phone cut out, so I do apologise. I'm having real issues with storage space on my iPhone. Even though I delete everything afterwards, I need to get a camera. Okay, so I'm going in with a few crystals that I got from Crystal Parade and a couple that, I think these are all from Crystal Parade actually. I think they are. The tool is from Crystal Parade, these are from Crystal Parade. They're all Swarovski AB. And I had a couple of like peachy coloured pearls that I got years ago that were just in a box. Now this crystal design is different to the one on Sonia's nails because I had different stones and we just decided to have a little play around. And I know my footage cut out here as well in a minute because I deleted some things and then went back, started recording, and then we had the same problem again. So I know what's going on my Christmas list. Yes. So here's the finished nails. I'm sorry that I couldn't get top coat or anything. I was desperately trying to free up the footage. I hope you've enjoyed this video. Chloe loves her nails. I think they're beautiful. And I will see you in my next video. Bye.